Welcome to The Common Fan, your go-to podcast for SEC smack talk, top 25 game day predictions, and fan-first football takes in college or the NFL. Here is your host, Bryce Tillman. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and let's talk ball.
Week 5's here, baby, and we are so excited. It's another episode of The Common Fan. I'm your host, Bryce Tillman. Joining me, as always, is Cameron Williams. And today, we have a special guest with us, Mr. Hayden West, assistant football coach at Greene County High School, played college ball himself, ball knower in general, and the biggest Southern Miss fan you could ever meet in your entire life. Hayden, thanks for joining us, man. So glad to have you on.
Appreciate the invite.
Cameron, there's a lot of football this weekend, and a lot of things are going to get turned around in not only the conferences, the AP poll, but just perspectives of teams in general, man. How are you feeling about it?
I feel like this is going to be that separation week. You keep hearing that and seeing that, but I feel like now everybody's getting into full-on fledged conference play. I think you start seeing who's who, what they have, and who's going to break away and say, okay, well, this is going to be the contender for the SEC or the top 12. So I think this is a big week. I think a lot of teams have a lot on the line, so I'm excited for it.
And I agree. And Hayden, I was listening to a podcast today, and this guy made a really good point on Crane & Company. Y'all need to check that show out if y'all don't watch it. David Cohn, former Michigan quarterback, he said specifically, he said, look, Heisman winners are not determined in September. They're determined in November. But this week right here is the pivoting point to separate the real from the average. I mean, is that a fair assessment that you would say from this weekend? I mean, it's a lot of good matchup. This is going to decide who's the big dogs and who's the puppy out here in the world.
That's right. It's wide open right now. There's a couple guys that may be favorites, but I think it's wide open.
Yeah, I agree. Look, there's a lot of predictions that we're going to get to. We've got some locks for a three-leg parlay for y'all. We're going to dive into it. Then we all got that one dog pick we're going to ride with. So we're going to dive into that today. Before we get started, guys, please like the video. Please subscribe. Share it to all your friends. Let's grow this Common Fan page. All the support is muchly appreciated. We're going to do a quick ad reading, and we'll be right back after that. All right, this episode of the Common Fan Podcast is brought to you by Sharp42.ag, proudly sponsored by Joe Allen. If you're ready to take your college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays to the next level, Sharp42.ag has you covered. With sharp betting lines, expert analysis, and the fastest payouts in the game, Sharp42.ag makes sure you never miss your chance to win big. Thanks to Joe Allen for making this possible and for supporting fans like us who live and breathe football. Don't just watch the games, get in on the action. Visit Sharp42.ag today and bet smarter with the best. If you're interested in joining Sharp42.ag, comment below or send one of us a message and we will get you started on that today. This episode of The Common Fan is also sponsored by Miller Insurance Group of Mississippi, locally owned by Trey Miller. Whether you need life insurance to protect your family or auto and home coverage to better fit your budget, Miller Insurance makes sure it's easy, simple, and stress-free. Get a quick quote and real guidance from people who live where you live. Call 601-394-3795 or email Trey, that's Trae, at millerinsured.com. Again, 601-394-3795 or Trey, Trae, at millerinsured.com. Miller Insurance Group, independent to better serve you. So, guys, when we're talking about this weekend, right, if you missed the show, guys, go back and check out the Alabama versus Georgia preview. It's a whole show that we dropped Wednesday, and that dives in and really dissects that game and gets into it. But, hey, you wasn't on for that show with us. I want to get your initial thought on the Alabama-Georgia game. Give us a quick, what does each team need to do to win that game? And give us a quick prediction on it.
I think if Alabama wants to win the game, they're going to Georgia, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
They're going to have to establish some kind of run game. They're going to have to. Because if they get one-dimensional with Kirby Smart, I think it'll get out of hand quick. But they are getting Jam Miller back, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to be a big help for them. But I think if Georgia can play like they did against Tennessee and push the ball down the field, I think they'll be all right. So I think it's going to be like a 31-28 Georgia game. If I had to,
we had the same pick there, man. Me and you had the same pick. And Cameron, and again, we've already done a whole show on this, guys. If you missed it, go back and check it out. But I agree with Hayden there. If you get one-dimensional with Kirby Smart, he will eat you alive.
it ain't going to be good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, but here's the thing. I feel like right now, if you're dominant on the run game, like Georgia was against Tennessee, I feel like that could be lethal. I haven't seen that out of Alabama yet. Ty Simpson is playing lights out, throwing the ball. But like Hayden said, if you don't open up that run game to where you have those deep shots downfield, you're toast. You're toast.
Yeah. And so we're going to start in the SEC because we have so many SEC fans that are on the show, and we're going to get some out-of-conference games. Don't worry, guys. But we got to start in College Station with Auburn going to Texas A&M. Auburn is a 6.5-point underdog in this game, facing the Marcel Reed team, the Marcel Reed-led team at Texas A&M that came back in South Bend and beat Notre Dame after Notre Dame missed the extra point. Kevin, we talked about this on Wednesday's show. This is a team with Texas A&M that found that strain, right? They found that way to win that ball game. Last 2 minutes of the game, Texas A&M got the ball back. They ran a kick return back for the lead. They called it back. So you know what A&M said? They said, that's fine. We'll take it back, and we're going to drive all the way down the field and win this football game. That's exactly what they did. But when I dissect this game and I look at Auburn versus Texas A&M, the weaknesses and strengths match up in Auburn's favor in this game. Texas A&M is not – Le'Veon Moss, they're the only team about like 4 teams in the country, I think is what I've seen, that has 300 yards passing and 150 yards rushing each game. And I don't think that's going to be the case Saturday. Auburn leads the nation in the best percentage on run yards attempted at 1.9. 1.9 yards a carry. I mean, that's really good, to running the football. So I think that Auburn's going to stop Texas A&M from running the football and make Marcel Reed have to get downfield with a lot more passes. Now, the caveat to that is Auburn's secondary has been getting torched in a couple games. Like, they had over 400 yards passing gave up against them at the Baylor game. Oklahoma made some big throws. This is where I stand on this game. And we'll all three wait to the end and give our predictions as we give a little overview. If Auburn makes A&M one-dimensional, I don't think it'll still be truly one-dimensional because of how good of a runner Marcel Reed is. So they might shut down the running backs, but I don't know if they shut down a scrambling QB that's quick and twitchy like Marcel Reed. And I don't know if Auburn can cover the downfield shots yet, despite how good their defense is.
I'm going to disagree with that. I think Auburn covers that deep threat. Well, the simple fact is you might have 1 or 2 deep throws that connect, and everybody knows Craver is going off right now. I had big hopes for Concepcion beginning of the season, but right now I had to look up the stat. But right now, if you don't look at Cutter Boley for Kentucky, he just come in. But right now, Marcel Reed out of the starting 12 SEC quarterbacks, he has the worst completion percentage at 58%. So he had 58 connections on 99 attempts. And I've seen a lot of and Notre Dame, I feel like, was the only team they really had that really gave them a lot of competition on the defensive side. And it showed. He missed some pretty easy throws. So me personally, I don't think Notre Dame's as good as everybody's claiming they are. So I think that Auburn's defense is really going to show out on this game. I think that Auburn's secondary is one of the best in the SEC that I've seen so far. I mean, they shut down John Mateer. So
Hayden, too, and kind of just touch off what Cameron was saying this in, a lot of people seen the 10 sacks that Auburn gave up Saturday, which was bad, right? But I've seen a lot of people criticizing the offensive line in that. And when reality is, I won't take all the blame off the line, but Jackson Arnold's got to learn how to get that football out quicker. I mean, he was holding the ball 3.5, 4 seconds up to 6 seconds a play. Like, Hugh touched about that strain from the offensive line, getting that last strain in. But, I mean, there's only so long you can hold up to get a quarterback. He's got to make a decision.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a quarterback is you got to get in rhythm. You got to find some quick routes, something to get in rhythm, because your offensive line, they ain't gonna give you 4 or 5 seconds to. I mean, those are some dudes they're playing against now.
Yeah,
those are some dudes, and I agree with Cameron on this game. I think Auburn's defense wins this game for them.
yeah. Well,
If
you're saying they're winning. I got to hear a score prediction. What you got?
I think Auburn wins this game 24-17.
Ooh,
Okay.
defense.
Nice. If we hold Texas A&M to 17 points, guys, it's time to have the conversation. All jokes aside, that Auburn really might have the second best defense in the SEC. Oklahoma's got to be first. Cameron, where are you at with this game? What are you picking?
Yeah, I think that we're going to find out what Texas A&M really is. Like I said, I don't feel like Notre Dame is as great as they're claiming they are. But on that note, they did get a ranked win on that. But I think that their defense is going to shine here. I think they're going to shut down the deep threat. They're going to shut down the receivers. So if you have no passing attack, they're going to shut down the run game too. I think that Auburn makes a statement coming off of the bad calls and officiate. We're not going to get into all that, but I think they're going to make a statement. They're going to come back and say, hey, we deserve to be here. I think it's going to be a 34-24 game Auburn.
Yeah. Look, this is going to be shocking to y'all. Hugh Freeze has got to show me, man. He's got to show me he can win these games. This is going to be a close game, and I've not seen Hugh Freeze go out on the road and win against a top 25 team yet. I've not seen it. And until I see it, I don't have the confidence that he can do it. Y'all, I look at this Auburn team, and I say, man, he's good. Man, he's got juice. And, we've got some dudes on our team, and but that when it comes down to the crunch, that final game-winning drive, Mateer went down and scored with 5 minutes left in the ball game.
Rushing.
Jackson Arnold had time left on the clock, sacked 4 times in a row. Like that showing, that last drive of that Oklahoma game, it was disgusting, put a terrible taste in my mouth. And I haven't gave up on my boys, because if you go back to our preseason predictions, I had Auburn dropping Oklahoma, A&M, and Georgia, all 3 in a row, and rallying back. Guys, as bad as I want to pick Auburn to win this game, I got A&M winning it. I got them winning 27-20 and A&M covering.
I'm not believing you right
now.
And there ain't no way. You have
Y'all
got on me all preseason about saying, well, tell me why Auburn can't be better. Tell me why so-and-so can't win. I told you, hey, it's going to be a good game. When they show me they can play, then they can play. Last week they showed me they could play. I believe in them.
I'm not taking anything away from you. I'm saying that I hope I'm wrong. Like, I want my team to win. But I want Hugh Freeze to show me that he can do it. He's got to go out and show it, because he ain't done it yet. He's not done it yet. And people can say, well, they upset Texas A&M at home last year. Was it upset? Because we were up 21-7, 24-7 at one point. And we let A&M come all the way back, and it took them dropping a 2-point conversion in 4 overtimes for Auburn to win that game. So, again, I mean, I love Auburn. Y'all know how much I like to love this team and know everything about them. They got to show me before I pick them against a team that is ranked number 9 in the country, and it's at their home field. Kyle Field ain't no joke. That's 112,000 people there, and they are going to be loud and ready to roll.
I'm with you. Before we carry on, I want to say, you got to go with that. You got to stay with your team, though, man. You can't throw them down yet. I think they're going to do big things.
Well,
I think Jackson Arnold's. I think Jackson Arnold's got a. I think he knows where he's failing that, holding the ball too long. I think he knows that. I think he's probably worked on that all week, and now he's got a mindset of like, hey, read, throw or run. Let's go. RPOs.
We'll see. I got to see it.
Hey, I got a question for you, Bray.
What's up?
Do you think Oklahoma's offense is better than Texas A&M's offense?
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
I think John Mateer is better than Marcel Reed. All right, you say bull crap. Let me ask you this. Does Oklahoma have a running back that's rushed for over 100 yards this season? No. Le'Veon Moss has.
But
Marcel, when you compare John Mateer to Marcel Reed, the throw-in abilities are different. Marcel Reed's a better runner than John Mateer, and Oklahoma's defense is better than Texas A&M's. But as offense goes, Oklahoma doesn't have wow numbers on offense. They don't.
Utah State and UTSA both put up 22 and 24 points on A&M's defense.
Well, that's not what he asked. He asked about the offense. He asked about the offense, not the defense.
I know, but I'm telling you, this is Texas A&M defense. But that I'm just saying, they only put up 42 points and 44 points against, I would call them cupcakes, where everybody else is doing 60 and 70 against cupcakes. If Marcel Reed has a 58% completion rate, the lowest in the SEC, do you really think against a top-tier defense he's going to still have a 400-yard passing game? No.
Hey, you ain't got to twist my wrist. I'm with y'all. I hope y'all are right, and I hope let me tell you something. A bunch of crows collected together is called a murder, right? So I hope I have to eat a murder of crows on Monday's recap. But they got to shoot. So, all right, moving on. We've got Kentucky going to South Carolina, and this is time. It is time for Beamer Ball to start. It is time for the North Sellers to block all the noise out. This defense has got to step up, and what better team to do it against than a Kentucky team that is absolute garbage juice on the floor in the cafeteria, coming into your stadium to play at William Bryce. It's at home for South Carolina. South Carolina needs this win, and they're going to get it Saturday.
I think they do. I think they win, but I don't think it's in stellar fashion by no means. I'm looking right now. I think I heard rumors that Lenore Sellers might be out this week.
I hope he ain't, but if he was, I could put pads on and go out there and play quarterback and beat Kentucky.
You're right. It is Kentucky. They have terrible defense, but I think that the new quarterback for Kentucky, Cutter or whatever his name is, Boley, I think he's better than Calzada was. So
well, I mean, Calzada's tried football for 40 years now, and it still ain't working out for him. So, hey, what do you think about this game?
I mean, Kentucky they're the worst team in the SEC. They're pretty bad. Well, we ain't gonna get off in that, but I think if they got to win this game, if they lose this game, they might as well chalk up the rest of the season. You can't get beat by Kentucky, who's considered one of the worst teams in the SEC. It just can't happen.
Yeah, I think South Carolina's going to win it in dominant fashion. I like this game going 38-21 South Carolina. I'm expecting them to win big in this game.
Ooh, yeah, I'm thinking they might win but cover the spread. I mean, what is the spread, like 5 points now, 6 points?
It's 5.5 according to ESPN.
5.5. I think they'll win 7, but not much over that. So I think it's going to be a 31-24 game, something like that.
Okay. What you got, Hayden?
I think South Carolina wins. I think they cover. I think they win 28-17.
Okay, so 11-point game. So I got a 17, you got 11, and Cameron's got over a touchdown. So we all got South Carolina winning, Common fan. So go ahead and add them to your parlay. Let's talk about Oregon going to Penn State. Oregon is the underdog going in this game, which is no shocker. Penn State being at home, whiteout game. They're minus 3.5 in this game, guys. But this game boils down to two things for me. Dante Moore for Oregon versus Drew Aller for Penn State. Who can do it? And I think the answer to that question is Dante Moore, because I have not seen anything that Drew Aller has showed me that says he's a good quarterback and he can win a big game, because he cannot do it and he has not done it yet. I like Oregon winning this game, and I think Dan Lanny's going to step up on that Oregon defense too and stack the box and run and just send pressure to Drew Aller all game long until Drew Aller starts making some big plays. Then he might loosen it up. But I think by that time that happens in that game, Oregon's up too much for them to come back and win. What say y'all?
I'm going to go with Oregon on this one as well. I think they have the better quarterback. I actually like that guy a lot. But this is what I wanted to tell you. Penn State defense, now they did have a bye week last week, but they played 3 games, and they gave up a total of 17 points in 3 games. So that defense is nasty. I don't think it's going to be a super high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a 28-21 at most game, if that. I think it might even – I don't even know what the over-under is. 52.5. Okay, I see it now. I think Oregon wins touchdown at most. I think it's going to be a defensive stand game, and you're going to see these quarterbacks duel it out to see who's going to want it more.
What you got, Hayden? Who you pulling for in this game, or who you got winning this game? We should say.
I got Oregon winning this game. I'm not a Drew Aller fan. I'm not real high on Drew Aller.
No.
But I think Oregon's offense is pretty explosive, and I think Penn State's got a pretty good run game. They got 2 good backs that can get it.
Yeah.
But I think Oregon wins this game just because their offense is a little more high-powered than Penn State's.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 38-35 game.
Okay. That is crazy that you said that, because my prediction of this game was high scoring as well. When Cameron said that he didn't think it was going to be a very high scoring game, I was trying to see it from that view, but I was like, Penn State really ain't played nobody, neither is Oregon, so we don't really know what these defenses are yet. Like, especially when 2 high-caliber offenses come together. I'm saying that Oregon's winning, like I already said, but I like it going – I like Oregon 38-31. Okay. I think it'll be a touchdown game, but it'll be a high-scoring game.
So I want to add to that. The only reason why I said it's going to be a lower-scoring game is because Oregon has played Northwestern and Oregon State. At Northwestern, they won 34-14. Oregon did. They played Oregon State, which we all know they're not that great. They won 41-7 against some middle of the pack to the lower part of the FBS. So I don't know. I feel like a good defense is gonna show here. I think it's gonna be a longevity game.
And I listened to this on the podcast today too, and I want to ask y'all real quick. If you said one of these teams won by 3 touchdowns, who would you say? Oregon or Penn State?
Oregon, 100%.
Okay. Oregon. I'm with y'all. I was just come up today, and I was like, oh, that's a good question. So, Hayden, I know you was going to mention something. What you got?
Penn State wants this to be a defensive game. They don't want to have to try to score with Oregon because they're not going to be able to.
They're going to run the game, run the clock.
Yep. They're going to try to control it. They're going to try to control the line of scrimmage and keep the ball away from Oregon as much as they can.
That's a good point. And so, Hayden, I know you're a coach. How do you approach that? Because you can't stack that box against Dante Moore. Because I don't care if you've got 20 people standing in that box. Hey, if he wants to get around you, he will. And then that's going to open up down the field. I mean, Oregon's got some weapons. They don't have as many weapons that they've usually had in the past. How does Penn State slow down Oregon's offense? Like, what is the key to that?
I think their defense is going to have to win their one-on-one matchups. Their D linemen are going to have to win their one-on-ones with the O linemen. I mean, their linebackers are going to have to play really, really good. But, I mean, it's hard because no player is a pushover at that level.
And I don't think Penn State's defensive line's good enough for their, like as he said, win the one-on-ones. But more importantly, the Penn State secondary to stay in man coverage, I don't think they're good enough for that. I don't think that they can do that with Oregon.
I think they're going to have to do like a bend, not break. Like they're going to give up some yards, but if they can salvage 3 points instead of a touchdown, they'll be doing good. Yeah. But I don't know that they can do that.
Me either. So I know we're all ready to talk about this game. Tennessee going to Mississippi State to play at 3:15 Saturday. The line is Tennessee minus 7.5 with the over and under set at 62.5. This might be the upset of the weekend, guys. And I know he is hoping and praying, and honestly, I am too. And I know Hayden's on State's side with this. Mississippi State's defense has looked really, really good, Cameron. They have really put up some numbers, especially, if I'm not mistaken, right, it's been on the run defense they've done pretty decent in, right?
Yeah, they've done decent now. I will say this, their secondary is probably one of the best in the SEC right now.
That's even better.
Yeah, so Kelly Jones is our number one cornerback right now. We have 3 guys in the top 10 SEC secondary right now. So their secondary is playing lights out. The run defense is where I was going to say it has been good at times. Arizona State, we shut them down in the first half. The second half, they come back and run the ball down our throat. So they got to do that same thing like Hayden said. They got to bend, not break. If they can get out of there with 3 points instead of 7, because Aguilar can run. He's dual threat. He can run. He can throw. He's great at throwing. But I think he's leading the SEC in touchdowns right now. But I'm like you. I feel like they have the defense to do it. It's going to be – I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as what people think it is. I think Mississippi State's going to do like they always do. They're going to jump out front. They're going to hit a deep play. They're going to run the ball. Fluff has been playing extremely well. But on the same note, Tennessee has a run game as well. They can run the ball. So I feel like Tennessee's defense is actually not that great. That's positive, but I don't know if our offense is as good as Tennessee's. So I think we match up pretty well. And I showed you the footballs this week. Mississippi State actually has the advantage in probably 60% of the categories in that. So I feel like at home, whiteout game, sold out crowd, it's got potential to be upset. I'm not going to say they're not going to upset them. I'm going with them because I'm not a trader like you are. But Tennessee is going to be tough. I heard something today on a podcast that even if State lost this game, I feel like it's going to be a good game. I still think they deserve to be ranked if we can use that category.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that because me and you have sit up here and we have clowned Notre Dame for being ranked for it. We clown people for voting Arizona State there. If Mississippi State loses this game, they do not deserve to be ranked. We're not doing that here. You know better than that. Don't say that.
I'm just telling you they deserve to be, even though they won't be. Deserve to be, but they won't be. So I'm going to ride with State. I'm going to say it's going to be a 31-28 game. State wins. Upset.
All right. Well, you haven't watched your team lose this season, so I'm not a trader. I just know what to expect. You haven't watched yours lose yet. Hayden, what do you have in this game, and what do you think that Mississippi State needs to do to try to pull this upset?
Man, I think Starkville has not been this hyped about football season in years. Probably
since Dak attack.
Like it's been, they're hyped up there in Starkville, and it's gonna be that place is gonna be packed. And Joey Aguilar, this is his first big road test with Tennessee.
Yep.
And it's a whole different kind of volume up there with them cowbells. It's gonna be crazy. I think Mississippi State's gonna have to hit chunk plays on that secondary. Like Georgia kind of exposed their defense. I thought their defense was better than what it was. I didn't think the Georgia game was gonna get up in the 40s like it did. But I think Mississippi State's defense is pretty good. I watched them play Southern first week, and they ended up just loading the box and playing man coverage with their corners, and their corners just locked everything up. I know it's Southern Miss, but man coverage is hard to play against anybody.
Yeah.
And I think I like Mississippi State, man. I like the environment. I like the vibe up there. I think they're going to win this game. It's going to be close. It's going to be hard. I think Mississippi State wins this game 31-30.
Oh,
whoa! That'd
like
be awesome. They are definitely getting on the field. Y'all have to buy more field goal posts if that happens. So.
Hey, no, we got engineers for that. You see how fast they took it down at Arizona State?
Look, Tennessee might be catching a break because they cried like titty babies Sankey, and they said, calm down on the cowbells. So this game, to me, boils down to can Mississippi State shut down Star Thomas and that running back room for Tennessee. If they can do that and they get Aguilar on his tippy toes, this might be the game that he throws some turnovers in. And this might put Mississippi State in some good field position for Shaping and the boys. I'm a big fan of Fluff. I like Fluff ball. I want him to be drafted to the Carolina Panthers when he makes it to the big boys. So I like it. Look, I don't know if it'll happen. And I'm with y'all. I think it'll be a lower scoring game. I'm taking Tennessee 27-20, but they don't cover. So they're minus 7.5. I got Tennessee winning this game 27-20. Don't lose faith, Mississippi State fans, because Tennessee team is a very good football team, and I think Mississippi State has made a complete 180 from what they were last year. And if you hold this team within a touchdown but still drop that game, you have wins in your future. Trust me, you have wins, and y'all will get to that bowl game and might even hit that 7-8 win mark. You just got to have the faith and don't give up if they drop this game. And I hope Mississippi State wins, but if they don't, take it with a grain of salt because I'm telling you, this Tennessee team is really, really good.
Dude, the SEC is wide open. I mean, Tennessee is one of the best teams in the SEC. I still think they get in top 12 right now, but they've got a loss to Georgia, So what I think is going to be the game changer in this game is going to be turnovers. Whoever can make the turnover, get the turnover, they're going to be the advantage in this game. If Swagular throws 2 interceptions, if Swagular throws 2 interceptions, I think State's got it. If Shaping throws 2 interceptions, Tennessee's got it. That's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah, that's a fair point, and I won't touch back on that. I mean, I like that. I like that take.
Hey, one more thing I want to add. If they try to say when they can and can't ring cowbells, when they can ring them cowbells, it's going to be even louder because they're going to ring them even harder.
Brother, light fixtures might bust out of the stadium. It'll be so loud. Bleachers might come down from the it'll sound like an earthquake. We might feel the vibrations in Leaksfield 4 hours away.
I'm gonna be looking for
it. Louisiana State, the LSU Bayou Bengals go with 2 odds from Mississippi to play the other Mississippi team. Some will say they're the powerhouse of the state. Do y'all agree? No, of course y'all don't. LSU coming to play Ole Miss all week. All week I've been saying, man, LSU can win this game. Man, Ole Miss can win this game. Man, it's a really good game. And Ole Miss is favored by 1.5 right now. And it boils down to if Trinidad Chambers is playing quarterback or not for the Rebels Saturday, that changes the whole scenario for this game. Now, LSU's defense, super, super talented. They have really, really done – that's the ones that done a 180 from last year. Their defense was horrible last year. This year, it's one of the best in the country. Lane Kiffin, the offensive guru that he is, playing LSU at home. I'm torn. So I want to hear y'all's takes before I give my prediction because right now I'm still riding the fence on that. What do y'all have?
I'm going to tell you mine. I think that with 5 interceptions, how many was it last week for Lagway? Was it 5 or 6?
5.
5. With 5 interceptions, Florida stayed within 10 points of that ball game. I think that Florida exposed their offense. I think that Florida's defense is good, but I think that
LSU did take a knee on the 1-yard line, though. They could have scored again if they really wanted to.
Yeah, but still, 5 interceptions.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
So What I'm gonna go with though is I think that it's in Ole Miss, it's in Oxford, it's at Vaught Hemingway. I think that Trinidad Chambliss is going to start, even though we saw a bunch of videos saying that they thought Simmons was going to start. I think Chambliss, you can't pull him out right now. He's playing too good. So I think he's going to start, and I think Ole Miss defense is going to give us some points, but I think that their offense is going to score more than LSU for sure. So I'm going to ride with Ole Miss on this one. I'm going to say it's going to be a 38-31 Ole Miss win in Oxford.
Wow.
So all you Ole Miss fans, you can't say I've been hating on you all year. I'm taking you on this one, baby.
38 points given up by the LSU defense is something, man. What do you got, Hayden?
Man, I'm kind of with you on this. I've leaned Ole Miss. I've leaned LSU. LSU's defense is much improved from last year. Much improved. I don't know. Lane, I mean, he ain't really won that big game. Lane's got to figure out a way to win the big game. I think this could be a big turning point for Ole Miss's season, if they win or if they lose. And if Trinidad plays, which I expect him to, because he's got the hot hand, and you can't pull him out with the hot hand.
Right.
Even if Simmons is back to 100%, you can't pull Trinidad until he gives you a reason not to, and he hasn't given you that reason yet.
No.
I think Ole Miss may squeak this out. I ain't been impressed with LSU's offense. You know, they beat Clemson, but Clemson was way overhyped.
Yeah.
They beat Florida by 10 points and got 5 picks. Only scored 20 points. I just think Ole Miss's offense is going to score more than LSU's offense can.
Well,
So
you know what they say? Whoever scores the most points in the ball game is usually the winner. So that's usually how it goes.
It's going to be the winner. Yeah.
So
what's your score? What's your score on that? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking 35-32.
Okay. Covering the spread. Yeah, 1.5.
Still got them boys putting up 30 points. Look. So everybody knows at this point, if you've been on any kind of sports media, you know that Gus Myers battled an injury all season. He's had an injury. Now, they come out in the press conference this week and said this is the first week that he is absolutely 100%, that he has been dynamic, explosive, making the plays that he's supposed to make, been shifty like he needs to be. I like Durham, LSU's running back. He's a little bull back there, and he gets hard yards. I like Whit Weeks in that defense with Harold Perkins. I like everything about LSU on both sides of the ball. I know they haven't had the best showing, but Lane Kiffin, man, his offense is always something you got to battle with. Always. Now, Ole Miss's defense, hot dog water, son. They are hot dog water. They're not good.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I think Garrett Nussmeier straddles that Ole Miss defense. I think Caleb Durham back there. I think their weapons on the outside. You know, they got Barron Brown, that was that dynamic receiver for Kentucky last year. Was really the best player they had on the whole team. He transferred to LSU, and they have not slacked up, man. They haven't had the showing, but they've really relied on their defense. And this is a game where I don't think they necessarily have to rely on their defense to help them win this game, because I think Ole Miss's defense is just that bad. Like, it's not good. Like, statistically, it's not good.
You're right, but their passing defense is better than LSU's. They're averaging 160 yards at Ole Miss giving up on defense. LSU's averaging 166. So Ole Miss is 35th in the nation, and LSU's 40th in the nation in passing defense.
Well, one of the games that Ole Miss played was Kentucky, and they're not going to pass. I mean, you had Calzada had a cane in one hand, throwing it with the other one.
Hold on now. Tulane. You can't say they didn't have a good quarterback. Could get out from BYU.
Ritzlaff done horrible that game. Horrible.
He did, but why? Why did he do horrible?
Well, I can't sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say that LSU secondary is not better than Ole Miss's when they scored. Caught 5 interceptions last week. So I like LSU winning this game, but it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one.
DJ Lagway wrapped it as a friggin' Christmas gift and threw it to him
with a bow.
Yeah.
But, hey, they still called it. They still called it. So I'm taking LSU in this game, and I'm not going to be quite as high scoring as y'all. I like a 31-27 game for LSU to win. All right. Number 1 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, going to Washington. Some people are saying this is a sleeper. It's a sneaky game. Watch out for the Washington Huskies. What do y'all think? I like Ohio State winning this game because I think Julian Saint's a dog, and I think Jeremiah Smith's supposed to pop off. What do y'all think?
I think Julian Saint's a monster. I think he goes into Washington. They're at Washington, ain't they? Yeah, yes. At Washington. Yeah, I think he's going into Washington with them dogs he's got behind him. There's a reason they're number 1 in the nation right now. You seen what they did with Texas. Now, I'm not saying I'm not getting on the arch deal, but that's an elite defense at Texas. So I think Julian saying I think they cover the spread on this one. It's 7.5. Over under is 51.5. I think Ohio State's putting up 35 plus on these dudes.
Yeah.
Give me Jeremiah Smith for 150 and 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Whoa! Hey, that would be that wouldn't shock me at all. Honestly, it really would not shock me.
I think Ohio State makes us. This is kind of like a statement game for them. There's some questions out on them because they really haven't played anybody other than that first week they played Texas, but Texas isn't really looking like what everybody thought they were going to. I think Ohio State whips them pretty good. I think it's going to be like a 45-21 game. I think it's a blowout.
Nice. I'm not quite that high on Ohio State, but I have less points for Washington. I'm going 35-13 Ohio State.
I agree with that.
All right, I'm going to throw a little bone out here real quick. See what y'all think about this game. Notre Dame is not that good this season, but they're playing a team that's also not that good in Arkansas. I mean, Notre Dame's got to win this game, right? They got to win it. Like, this is time. You got to step up and win a ball game, and I think they do. The line's at -4.5 right now. I like it. I would buy that up to -5. That would give you better odds. So I like Notre Dame winning this ball game. I think they do it in pretty easy fashion. We'll just go real quick on it. I got Notre Dame winning this game 27-10.
Ooh. Nah, I think it's going to be a little more than that.
Yeah, the over and under set at 63.5.
Yeah, so Taylor Green is also tied with Aguilar at leading the SEC in touchdowns. Okay, you're right. They do have a better defense. Now, Arkansas's defense is dog water. It is hot garbage. But I'm going to tell you, coming off of a embarrassing win from Memphis when Memphis won, embarrassing loss, I should say. I think, definitely a loss. I think Sam Pittman is on the hot seat. I think that Taylor Green is one of the most underrated players in the SEC right now. That's my take. But I think Notre Dame still has the upper hand. I think they're going to win. It's going to be a 45-42 ball game. Notre Dame.
Lord.
Yeah, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Oh.
Arkansas has not had a high-scoring game yet.
I think, man, Arkansas, they realistically probably should be undefeated right now.
Yeah.
They should have beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
They should have beat Memphis. But I don't know if their offense can score with Notre Dame because Notre Dame's going to put up some points on their defense. It's not very good. I think Notre Dame's going to win this game by a score of 48-35.
Okay. So y'all are more on the higher scoring, and I could be – I mean, we're polar opposite, so I'm assuming that I'm probably the wrong one on that one. I just think that has Arkansas really played a physical defense like Notre Dame yet? Because people can say what they want to. Notre Dame week 1 against Miami was really, really physical. They were really physical in that Texas A&M game. They just was giving up big plays, right? Is Arkansas and Taylor Green and them, can they give up enough big plays to score that many points? Will be interesting for sure.
Purdue put up 30 on them.
They did. That's a good point. So I'm feeling that I'm probably off on my prediction, but I've already said it, so I'm going to stay with it. Y'all's are probably more accurate than mine.
I think once I got one more thing. I think Taylor Green is better than Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed managed to put 41 on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I'm kind of leaning toward the higher scoring game.
Yeah, absolutely. Taylor Green.
They're eerily similar. Them two are they're eerily similar. Now you could argue that Taylor Green would have more hype than Marcel Reed if he was playing at A&M, which I do see Taylor Green. Well, he's a senior, so he can't go, but maybe he'll get a good draft stock. Who knows? So, all right, last thing we're going to do before we get off here, guys, and we kick off this college football weekend is the Common Fan we like to put together a 3-leg parlay to give the fans, and we're not telling you to write it. You make your own judgment, but this is what we think is going to be the best 3 picks of the weekend. I got the graphic. I'm going to put it up right here for the viewers and for the listeners. I'll read it out. We got the Common Fan picking Florida State -6.5 over Virginia. Now, that line has stayed the same all week, and it's kind of confusing me a little bit with a top 10 team playing at Virginia. And I know it's at Virginia, but I still think Florida State covers this game easily. We got Notre Dame. We bought that spread up to -5 points. I like the odds on that. I think Notre Dame covers that and beats Arkansas. And then we have South Carolina -6.5 playing Kentucky. So the odds of that are pretty good. You know, I threw in a little $30 on it, and it's going to win a little over $200. So good odds on it. I think it might be under 200, but it's right there at it. It's a good little parlay if y'all are interested in putting it in. That's what we think will do it. We also have one dog pick that we're going to throw out there and let y'all decide if y'all want to. Maybe y'all want to combine them in on another 3-leg. Maybe you want to place a separate bet. And I'll start it out. I am going with Oregon beating Penn State at Penn State. I'm taking Oregon plus the points, or you can take Oregon money line. But if you want to take the safer pick Oregon plus the points to upset Penn State at Penn State.
Yeah, I like that bet. I think that'll be a pretty sure thing. This is another one I think has been pretty sure. They've covered the spread every week this far. It's Vanderbilt beating Utah State, covering the spread at 23.5.
I like that.
Yeah,
Put 70 points up last week.
Yeah, I think they're going to beat them by 30 plus at least. So
that's a gimme.
Yeah,
I like that. What you thinking, Hayden?
Man, I've switched mine up on you.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride with my Golden Eagles covering -4.5 on Jacksonville State.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I hope Southern wins that game, man. I really do.
We got a bad taste in our mouth.
Yeah,
that's a good team this year. That's a lot better team going forward.
It's a whole different vibe there this year with Coach Huff, man. He's got it going on.
Yep, I agree. I like that Southern Miss team. I think they've got their ton of talent, and they've got a pretty positive season looking ahead of them. It can't be no worse than last year, right?
Yeah, we're the Southern Miss Thundering Herd.
Marshall Jr.
Yeah, yep. Marshall Jr. University. I like that. So, well, Hayden, man, we appreciate you hopping on with us. It's been a fun show. We expect to see you more here in the future. Thank you so much. Cameron, for the listeners out there, Hayden, are you on X by chance?
Yeah, I'm on X.
I'll tell you mine when you look yours up.
Look yours up, and Cameron, tell these bunch of goons that are watching this show where they can find you at on X.
All right, you want to see some funny content? You want to get up with me? Holler at me on X at Cameron, Cameron. A lot of people put the Camron. You got to put the E in there. 6698.
All right, Hayden, you got yours pulled up?
Yeah, mine's pretty simple. It's just Hayden West 76.
There you go. Mine is XX_Bryce_T, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining in. This has been another episode of The Common Fan. We will see y'all for the recap Monday morning.
You've been listening to The Common Fan. See y'all next time. Same tailgate.